it was not a thing in and of itself, which is why I'm always loath to call myself an artist. As a matter of fact, I started calling myself a visual philosopher. Well, it started calling me a visual philosopher because anytime you say you're a philosopher in this culture, it means either you're really cynical or you have a lot of degrees and everyone hates your class. And so I started to think, well, no, visual philosophy is like musical philosophy. It's saying, look, philosophy, philosophia, is truly the love of wisdom. It's the love of Sophia, meaning her. It's the love of mystery, of origin, of creation. So a true philosophia, a true philosopher, doesn't seek to answer anything, but truly asks dynamically, like an artist, what are the tools of inquiry I've been given? And if I'm Van Gogh, then may it be in the cheek, in the prana, in the immediacy of my work. If it's David, may it be in the articulation, the finish, and the exquisite jewel-like tendency in my work. But let me find my voice, because if we gather, not seeking one universal view, but understanding that each of us hold a universal view, like the mandalas, we will end up blossoming together rather than waiting for someone to blossom for us, which has really been part and parcel of the sleep, the torpor of the last thousands of years, which is you are not this, it's not here, it's elsewhere. And what we're all doing now is we're realizing that's not interesting theater, is it? Well, the real theater isn't here. I paid for this theater. I'm sitting in this seat. What do you mean the real theater isn't here? Well, the play was written long ago and it has nothing to do with it. What kind of theater is that? This is what I say, just from a theater point of view. It's time to say, well, wait a minute. I want to be part of that, which when we come together, nourishes and makes the unique experience of being human something that arises into the immediacy of its blossom, not waiting for it to happen down the road. And this is one of the things about ages and this and that, because when people talk about the Kali Yuga, and we're going from the Yuga to the silver and the golden age, I always say, no, what we must understand, we start with the Maha Yuga, we start with the golden age, but it's the great archer. We're actually pulling our bow down, and we come to the Kali Yuga because it's the darkest, most dense, most material, most separated, because that's where we have to then, what? Make up a story without proof, just following our hunch. That's how Columbus found the New World. No, I know there's land. I know there's land. Just give me a little bit more time. But this is really how we all feel. We're out in the ocean going, I know there's land. And this is where I really feel that the bow and the arrow are being set now. And that what we are doing is if you see a seed, when it sprouts, it moves vertically. And it dies to its old condition because finally it's willing to take the adventure beyond the limitation of the comfort of what it once thought it was. And it's amazing the incomplete version of who and what we think we are has been comforting in its own way because it gives us lots of attitude to blame God and others for our own inability or unwillingness to attend. And what I'm saying in my work is if we attend, if we say yes, if we keep it private, if we are tender with each other and say, you know, that's lovely, rather than, you know, that sucks. Even if it sucks, let's let the cat of possibility and optimism out of the bag. Otherwise, we keep drowning our cats of culture, saying we're just used to the noise of the clawing and the anger, the anxiety of not doing it. And that's why I really feel that we are at a point of a remarkable renaissance. Just other questions, by the way, because I love questions. Please don't give me questions. No questions. Well, oh good, yes, a question.
The Mandela reminds me of other movies I've seen of the Galactic Core. And Sophia has been said occupied the Galactic Core. We can no longer see it now because the core doesn't come up on the horizon the way that it did in ancient times. Does that connect at all? What's your
I have found it very fascinating that the Hubble spacecraft pictures.
Can you just repeat maybe part of the question?
Can you come?
Yeah, yes, do you want to come to the mic? Yes, that's right. I was going to give you the answer without the question.
The center of the mandala reminds me of pictures I've seen of the galactic core. in ancient times, the core was high enough on the horizon so that they could actually see it. And it was thought to be the home of Sophia.
That's right. Well, what is very fascinating, you say that, is, and what verifies it, because it's not an intention of mine, but really the byproduct of this inquiry. Sophia is the main figure. You saw her face. That was in the video. That's Sophia in her early stages. And I think there's a picture of Sophia as well. And she's very beautiful. And she became, truly, she started to tell me the story that leads into this cosmic realization, because she said, I'm the great mother. I nourish everything. You plant weeds, I grow weeds. You plant flowers, I grow flowers. Be a wise gardener. And she said, and remind everyone that they are billions of years old, that they are from the beginning, not something that just appears in time. And what has been astounding is that much of the work that I've done, when I see the Hubble spacecraft pictures, amplifies and mirrors what has come through my brush and my pen. And which is why I truly feel that we're so used to thinking that we have to send a metal object into space, rather than a mental object into depth. If we go into depth, we realize we are composed of these deeper patterns, so that the relationship with Sophia and the galactic center, I truly feel are there. As a matter of fact, if there aren't that many questions, I'll show you a second video of this painting, which was fractalized by this young, I call him my Luke Skywalker, because he's 30 years younger than me and he's a wizard.